what we wanted to talk about today and what Amber and I put together was how we can use creativity and how that interacts with discomfort to build a tool belt that we can use to handle the feelings of uncertainty and this idea that we're going to see so much change in the world these days. So just a little bit of an agenda so you know what to expect. So I'll do a little introduction about the topic with some research and some information. Then we're going to do 1 or 2 activities for each of those topics. Then I'm going to give you 2 minutes for reflection. So I find that on a virtual call, this is something that's really, really helpful. And so it's just a 2-minute time for you to write out some thoughts. That's kind of what this paper's for. If you have it, you can write on the paper just any thoughts, or doodle, or draw a picture of how you're feeling or what you're thinking. And then we'll come back together as a group and we'll just have a short discussion about any insights or takeaways. This is supposed to be for you and for us to work together to get some insights and some helpful tools to get us through the rest of 2020 and beyond. So this is for you. So if there's something that you want to address or bring up, or that we haven't covered, then please just jump in and we will make sure we do what you need. But maybe you can share some examples of a situation, if you feel comfortable, where you were very unsure about what you were looking at in a workplace scenario, and let me see how you handled that. Does anybody want to share anything? What do you guys see when you see this picture here?
I see a bird with a long beak.
A bird with a long beak, kind of facing to the left.
Does anybody see anything different?
I see the bunny.
The bunny.
Facing the other way.
Okay.
The bunny with the ears flying backwards.
Right. Yeah. So now that you know there's a bunny and a bird, so Amber, can you see the bunny now?
I can. Mm-hmm.
And who is it that said they saw the bunny? I didn't see.
Shannon.
Shannon, do you see the bird?
Yeah, I see them both. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Going to look like in a week or a month or a year. So ambiguity has an effect on us that we often don't realize. And I want to go through a little exercise, but first I want to tell you a story about, I call it tobogganing. You guys call it sledding?
Yes.
Sledding. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a east, west, or north, south thing. We call it tobogganing, sledding. Yes, yeah. Exactly. You tried. Anybody else?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the sleds where you had to lay on your face and they were wood and you had to steer. Yeah, those were intense. But yeah, I remember the toboggans as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And they were like not like you couldn't steer them. You'd hold on to the string.
Not at all.
Not at
all. No, not at all.
But we all thought we were steering them with the string.
I know, it was a false sense.
I realized I had forgotten to take those darn strings and hold on to them. So I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I was uncertain. I was hurtling down the hill and I didn't know what to do. So what are some things you think I might have done to slow myself down, or if you're going out of control on toboggan, what are some things you would have done?
You throw out a leg.
A leg, yes. You stick a leg out to slow yourself down. Yes, I did not do that.
Oh.
Jump off.
Jump off would also have been smart. I did not do that.
Use your hands as rudders.
That would have been a smart idea. I did not do that. So I'm going to tell you what I did, but first I want to tell you about a study. You know, that's the whole tension of the story. Flicking very fast, right?
Leylin and Rachel also got 34.
Okay. Well, it's kind of a trick because it doesn't actually matter. The points was a distraction. Now I'm going to show you these cards that were the ones that flashed up. Do you see anything about them now that's unusual?
They're like,
so that's why I want to do our first exercise. We're going to send you to some breakout rooms. And I want you to do an exercise that I doubt many of you have done. And this is an exercise. That's interesting. Thanks for sharing.
yeah.
So what I'm hearing from you then in the business context is that that criticism of speaking out or of doing what you were doing actually inspired you or motivated you to action. So maybe it's not always a negative thing. Is that what I'm hearing? Flower, friend, and scout.
Boy. No, that's not it.
Well, it's just the opposite of boy, right?
Girl. The girl,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's girl. It's funny that you thought boy and then was like, no, that's not right. Because you instantly know when it's right or not, right? Like once you see girl, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Did everybody get a pyramid? Ah, oh, I love it as a hat. What is that? We should have done, oh, we could have done the Guildford's thing with this thing. You make a triangle and what can you use it for? I love it.
That's on.
That's on. So I thought this one might be a creative way for you to kind of remember what we talked about today and hopefully incorporate it into your life for the next few weeks.